Okay, ready.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We are from the first group. Let me introduce my member. First, Putri Purota Ayun. Second, Justina Lea Savitri as moderator. And here, we will presentation about loud reading versus silent reading. The first material will be delivered by me. Definition of loud reading. Read aloud is the most effective method of teaching reading for children because with this method can condition the child's brain to associate reading as a fun activity. It also creates knowledge that form the basis for the child. Build collection of words, vocabularies, and provide a good reading role model. Next, the process. The teacher reads a sample reading with the correct pronunciation, intonation, stress, rhythm, and pause. If students need to repeat the reading model, the teacher must do so. The purpose of reading this sample or model is to train students' auditory nerves. Students must read aloud. Here, the teacher has to correct the pronunciation and has to correct the students wherever needed. The students have to be given roles and they have to read their respective role. Objective of loud reading. 1. To enable the student to read with correct pronunciation, articulation, intonation, stress, pitch, pause, and pace and rhythm. 2. To enable the students to read with expression. 3. To enable the students to understand the meaning of spoken word, phrase, and sentence. 4. In the word of Reborn, to test the pupils' knowledge of English word and phrase and whether they know how to pronounce them. How to praise word, how to articulate clearly. That is, reading aloud is a test as well as a practice. The main objective of loud reading is to develop in the students a desire for silent reading. Precaution. First, the students should be asked to maintain accuracy and not speed. Second, the passage for reading should be within the comprehension power of the student. Third, reading aloud should be done on individual basis so that their individual pronunciation and other aspects of reading are checked. The posture of the students should be right. The relationship between head and neck is most important for a balanced posture. The advantage of loud reading. 1. Model. Teaching by the teacher helps the students to know the correct pronunciation and method of reading. 2. It develops the skill of speech and giving lecture. 3. It helps in eradicating the mistake related to pronunciation of the student. 4. It trains the sensory organs, eyes, ears, and mouth because in loud reading they work in coordination. 5. It makes students learn by imitation. which is a natural method of learning things by the children. Disadvantage of rote reading. 1. Some scholars, including I.W. Menzel, are the opinion that rote reading is not a source of leisure. 2. If a student becomes habit to rote reading, he cannot become an extensive reader. 3. Rote reading does not help in penetrating the meaning. 4. In public places like library and reading rooms, only silent reading is allowed. Jadi, reading aloud atau membaca nyaring itu dapat diartikan sebagai aktivitas membaca buku dengan disuarakan. Jadi, ketika membaca buku, kita sampaikan dengan suara yang lantang. Meskipun terbilang mudah, ternyata reading aloud ini mempunyai banyak manfaat. Di antaranya, meningkatkan daya imajinasi anak, melatih anak memahami alur cerita, menambah perbendaharaan kata, melatih berbicara dan berdiskusi, dan yang tidak kalah penting adalah untuk menguatkan bonding antara ibu dan anak atau antara anak dan guru. Apakah membaca nyaring harus dilakukan dalam durasi lama? Tentu saja tidak. Cukup 15 menit setiap hari dan akan merasakan manfaatnya. The next material will be delivered by Kurota. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Christina. And now I'm going to presentation about silent reading. Okay. The first about definition of silent reading. Silent reading is considered to be the best kind of reading as the mind is fully engaged on. And then how to process. Okay, there are the first silent reading followed by an activity which each student does on his own. And the second about the student now work in pairs, each one is trying to justify his answer. And the third about the groups exchange partners and students compare their result. And the fourth about a general discussion involving the whole class may follow. Nah, jadi ini merupakan prosesnya untuk melakukan silent reading. Tapi hal ini juga bisa digunakan untuk proses dengan menggunakan game. Namun proses pada umumnya untuk silent reading ini yang seperti kita ketahui, silent reading ini kan adalah suatu kegiatan di mana student ini memiliki kegiatan membaca namun di dalam hati. Nah, pada umumnya proses pertamanya itu yaitu guru bisa memberikan kebebasan kepada murid untuk memilih bacaan mana yang menurut mereka sukai, yang menurut mereka tertarik di situ. Dan yang kedua, guru membiarkan para murid membaca buku pilihan mereka, tetapi harus pada jalannya, yaitu silent reading. And then the next slide about objectives of silent reading. There are the first to enable the student to read silently without making any kind of sound but not moving even their lips, and so that others are not disturbed. And the second about to enable the student to teach them to read speedily, easily, and quickly. And the third about to enable the student to not only read but also to compare or understanding things, ideas, or meanings side by side. And four, to expand the reading vocabulary of the students. And the last about one of the most important objectives of silent reading is to develop in the student the way to enjoy and recreate themselves. Jadi tujuan dalam silent reading ini yang pertama yaitu tidak mengganggu orang lain. Karena yang kita ketahui tadi, silent reading itu kan membaca dalam hati, yang dimana tidak ada pergerakan bibir maupun mengeluarkan suara, karena mereka melakukannya membacanya di dalam hati. Dan selain itu juga, di sini silent reading bertujuan untuk melatih anak dengan cepat, mudah, serta lancar. Dan selain itu, melatih anak untuk memahami suatu ide atau suatu makna dalam bacaan yang mereka baca. Serta pastinya untuk memperluas kosakata dalam bahasa Inggris. Namun tujuan utama dari silent reading ini untuk mengembangkan cara siswa bagaimana mereka menikmati atau menciptakan ketenangan dalam diri ketika sedang membaca. Okay, the next slide about prerequisites. Okay, the first, the silent reading start only when the children know really well about the basic structure of English sentence. And the second, about the children can be triggered in silent reading only after having got the ability to pronouncing words. Jadi di sini murid ini harus sudah mampu atau harus sudah bisa mereka memahami bagaimana struktur dasarnya bahasa Inggris. Jikalau mereka tidak bisa memahaminya, percuma mereka membaca tapi mereka tidak bisa mengerti. Dan kedua, murid ini harus bisa atau harus mampu mengucapkan kosakatanya yang benar. And the next slide about advantage of silent reading. The first, silent reading is a quick way of reading through a passage. And the second, the student find it an interesting way of reading. And then the next, according to Meta, it acts as the deterrence against the tendency so common amongst beginners to translate what they read in English into their mother tongue. And then the next, silent reading is of a great value in the practical life even after the school life. And then the last, according to Reburn, it enables attention and energy to be considered on meaning, and so it set a definition of attention resulting in a greater assimilation of information. Jadi keuntungannya itu ada beberapa, seperti satu, murid ini bisa membaca dalam hati, serta hal ini bisa menghemat waktu mereka, menghemat waktu serta menghemat tenaga. Dan yang kedua, siswa ini menganggap sebagai cara baca yang menarik, yang tidak usah memperlama waktu, gitu, tidak menghabiskan tenaga. Dan untuk keuntungan yang lainnya yaitu itu mereka untuk melatih memahaminya, bagaimana memahami teks yang mereka baca itu sendiri. And then the next about the disadvantage of silent reading. The first, silent reading doesn't suit beginners. And then the second, it hardly introduces the student with pronunciation. And the last, it is difficult to find out if the students are really reading or are just looking at the text with the thoughts wandering. Jadi kurangnya dari silent reading ini adalah hal ini tidak cocok untuk pemula, ya. Dan kedua, hampir siswa tidak tahu pengucapannya. Dan hal ini yang bikin susah guru, bisa bikin guru ini susah. Apakah mereka ini salah atau benar? Dan terakhir, guru ini nggak tahu nih siswa ini benar-benar ngebaca atau atau hanya melihat teksnya saja. Seperti itu, Pura. Oke, back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Purata. Okay, that's all. Forgive me if I made mistake. And thank you for watching. Till I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.